Okay, so what I'm going to show you today is I'm going to show you why you would need to use something like these filters that I've been sent from Freewell on a GoPro. At the moment everything's on auto, so what's going to happen is the shutter speed is going to go really, really fast on this. So what I'll do is I'll just sort of show you what this looks like as it is, which probably looks okay, but I want to keep the shutter speed around the 50 frames per second, or nothing really much higher than that. So let's have a look what happens when we put the ND filters on. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I want to control the exposure manually. The reason why I'm doing that is because at the moment, if I put this in auto to get a decent exposure, the shutter speed will be incredibly high, and therefore you lose the effect of having a cinematic footage. So what I've done is I've adjusted the exposure, but to do that, what I've actually got to do is I have to lock the shutter speed in. So the shutter speed now is locked in at 1/100th. Now it has to be double the shutter speed that you set in the camera. So the only way I can fix this is to add an ND onto this. So I'm going to add one of the Freewell NDs. The first one I'll show you is the 1/8, but I'll just hold this over so you will probably see my fingers, but you'll get an idea of what's going on. So you can see that's the 1/8, so immediately you can see what's happening here. If I go to the 1/16th here, again that looks better, but you can see it's probably a fraction darker than it was before. And then if I show you the 1/32, it will be quite dark. Now that's probably too dark at the moment, so I may just put on the 1/16th. So I'm going to stick the 1/16th on, and then we'll go around and I'll just show you some footage from this part with the exposure locked. Okay, so this is locked in now. So as long as the light conditions don't change, it's all right to go now. Now if they do change, what I would have to do is change the ND. Like if it became more cloudy, I would have to go down to the 1/8, etc. But this looks really nice, so I'm just going to walk around and show you what the footage looks like.
Hey, at least I'm breathing. I know it took a while. Been looking for a sweet song, a sign of spring, waiting for a reason to laugh, to sing. 'Cause I've been spending all my time to figure out just how. I've been spending way too many.
So this should give you some idea of what it looks like. I mean, it's much better because now the shutter speed's not running too high, which is what you want in this scenario. Even though it's very, very bright today, the ND filter is controlling what I'm looking at. In fact, it might even be looking at the image that I may have had to have put this stronger one on now. It's because it's got even sunnier.